Creepy people trying to sell you stuff. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where creepy or strange people want to sell you something, whether on the street or that stranger coming at your front door trying to convince you to buy whatever they are selling? Unfortunately for a kid, most of the things people try to sell to you are what you crave, and often the things that might get you in big trouble. I have fallen victim to that once or twice growing up. Don't get me wrong. The fact that you think somebody is creepy does not make that person weird, crazy, or unwell in any particular way. It simply means that they make you nervous, uneasy, or frightened. As children, we are told by our parents and elders to stay away from strangers and never take anything from a stranger, especially if we see them on the street. That is a piece of excellent advice. But do most children abide by that advice? No, most children don't. Why? Because they are children, and often what that stranger or creepy person wants to sell us is something we can't resist as children. Except for one time, my friends and I were coming home from school. We were walking very close to where the school bus will pick us up, and this older kid approached us and said, "Hey guys, how was school?" Some of us responded to him, others ignored him. Then he said, "I have something you might like. I am selling it cheaply. Would you boys like to try it? All I want is 20 cents, and I will give you 3 for 20 cents. And you boys can share it amongst yourselves." "What is it?" one of my friends asked. He replied, "It is something extraordinary and relaxing. It will make you feel so good. It will make you feel like a grown-up. Don't you want to feel like a grown-up?" My friend Manu screamed at him, "What the F is it? Does it have a name? Is it a cigarette?" The older kid said. "Is it good for you? When you smoke it, you feel terrific, making you feel like a grown-up." I knew it was a lie because my parents warned my sister and me about cigarette smoking and its danger. Even my granddad, who used to smoke cigarettes, told me about the consequences he suffered from smoking and why he stopped. I quickly jumped in and said to him, "You are lying. Cigarette smoking is dangerous, unsafe, and not suitable for you. I knew that when I was 7 years old. My parents told me about it, and my grandparents did. Please leave us alone. We don't want your cigarettes." We heard that one of the older kids in school, named Robert, was beaten up by another older kid in school many months ago. "Who are you talking to? Do you know who I am?" Then he said, "Go and ask Robert what I did to him when he spoke wrong about me." As it turns out, the cigarette hawk was the guy who beat Robert up, and because of that, he was suspended from school. We later learned that he had not returned to school since the suspension. He decided to drop out of school. The strange thing was that this creepy school dropout dared to hawk cigarettes to minor children, trying to catch a school bus home by yelling them all sorts of lies to convince them to buy cigarettes from him. And when they rebuffed him, he threatened to beat them up, as he did to Robert. Strange, creepy, and weird. Don't get me wrong. Kids are gullible and can easily fall into the craving for sweet or sugary stuff, but cigarettes are not one of those things kids crave. Growing up, my friends and I often fell into the desire for sweets and sugary stuff. I have gotten into a sticky wicky, or what you might call a delicate problem, all because of sweet and sugary stuff. And this time, it was not because of a creepy person trying to sell me something. It was a lovely person who genuinely cared about my friends and me. One time, there was a lovely girl in school. She was an older kid also, but she was very kind and sweet. At least that is what we thought. One time during school recess, she asked my friend Manu, Tay, and me to come with her so that she could buy us some ice cream from a neighborhood store near the school. We quickly jumped at the opportunity and went with her. The funny thing about this is that we 3 boys have a crush on her, even though she is much older than us. She's beautiful, kind, and approachable, so we were all into her. She bought us Oreo cupcakes with cookies and cream frosting at the store. Yummy. We all loved it, and we thanked her. The next time she took us to the store, she brought us brownies with peanut butter pudding frosting, and a few days later, we ran into her. But this time was in a worse situation, and we boys came through for her. She was in a big argument with 3 other girls. These girls looked tough and very aggressive. They were trying to fight with them, all 3 girls pulling, slapping, and scratching her, and we ran to her rescue and told those girls to leave her alone or face the consequences, and told them that she was our friend and never to fight with her again. They went, and we thought that was the end of the fiasco. Well, we were wrong, because a few days later, we were stopped by two other older boys who tried to fight with us. They were bigger and stronger than us, and would have done anything they wanted with us if we did not run away from them. Later we learned that one of the boys was a boyfriend to one of the girls who tried to fight with our friend Monica. Even though we were afraid of the other boys, we never regretted defending our friends from those girls. Our friend Monica was not creepy. She was kind and caring. Speaking of weird and creepy people selling you stuff, my sister and I had encountered such people before, like the one we experienced one day. Our parents were not home. They went out to eat dinner with friends. We were home alone, my sister and I, and my friend Alex, when an older lady showed up at our front door. "Hello, anybody home?" she yelled. My sister ran to the door, but I told her not to do so. My friend Alex said it was not safe, but the lady did not stop. She kept saying, "Hello, anybody home?" Eventually, I peeped through the door hole and asked her, "What do you want?" She replied, "Does your family want to buy shampoo and face cream?" Seriously? Shampoo and face cream? I said to myself. What happened to cookies and candies? I believe this lady heard my voice and knew a kid was talking to her, and she did not mind. Instead, she asked me if my family wanted to buy shampoo and face cream. She did not even ask me if my parents were home. She only wished to know if we wanted to buy shampoo. And who sells shampoo door to door in the first place? Very creepy, lady. We have had strangers coming to our house to sell us something, regardless of whether my parents were present. And those were the Jehovah's Witnesses, who always try to preach to us kids whether our parents were home or not. But this lady should know better, that we are kids and probably do not have money to buy anything unless somebody was smart enough to tell us candies or ice cream or something sweet and wrong for us. I'm not a stranger to going to people's doors selling them something or people coming to our house to try to sell us something. The big difference is that some people have dignity and know when to sell and when to walk away. As a Boy Scout, I too have sold candies door to door, but I was never creepy or weird. I know my boundaries, when to ask for sales and whom to talk to make sales. Not children. Once, a boy I knew tried to sell me a sport coat during college. I nearly bought it from him and liked that sport coat, but thank God I did not buy it from him. He stole it and was later arrested for shoplifting. That was probably the creepiest thing anybody tried to sell to me. Wow, I could have been arrested for stealing it had I bought it from him. There are many dangers out there, guys. Be careful the next time somebody tries to sell you something. It could be something so good you can't resist, or it could be something that might get you in trouble. So be careful and be aware of your surroundings, because there are many people out there trying to make a living selling stuff, some with good intentions, others with ulterior motives. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.